Hey y'all, so I was supposed to film a get ready with me one day earlier this week, and I was using a new product. Didn't really work out how I was supposed to, so I scrapped that. And I was supposed to film my 28-week pregnancy update video yesterday and wasn't able to, so I figured why not just combine them into one. So let's go ahead and get started. 28 weeks as of yesterday, and according to the bump, baby girl is the size of an eggplant. She is 1.5 to 2.5 pounds and measures about 3.6 to 4.8 inches. So today at 28 weeks, it starts the third trimester. Yay! So the beginning of the end, essentially. Not, that sounds so bad. Not the beginning of the end, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's getting towards the end of my pregnancy. There we go. So I'm super excited about that. She's definitely a lot more active. This morning in the bed, I was just kind of laying down, and you could not see her obviously, but you could see there was a large mass off to one side of my stomach, and I was like, yeah, if you could just like reposition yourself off of whatever organ you're on top of, that'd be great. So yeah, it's getting really exciting. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but we are going to be preparing to move right after she's born. I think like a month or two after she's born. So we're not really doing any major decorating to the nursery. So that's one less thing that I have to stress about, which is good. So a couple of things that I have experienced up until this point. I have experienced Braxton Hicks contractions, and basically they feel like menstrual cramps, but they go and they come, they go and they come. So that's how I knew that that's, you know, what that was. They, I wouldn't say that they're extremely painful, just because my menstrual cramps are pretty severe. So they just felt like very mild menstrual cramps. For someone that doesn't experience menstrual cramps, it may be a little bit more extreme. But like I said, mine were severe, so it's like, oh, okay, this is nothing. So, what else have I experienced? I've been extremely thirsty, like way more thirsty than usual. But that's pretty much it. Like I said in my first pregnancy update, it's been extremely smooth sailing outside of two major happenings. Let's go ahead and get into those. About a week ago, no, going on either a week or 2 weeks ago, I was experiencing this very, just this very weird pain, like right, I'm just gonna be candid, right at the crack of my butt. And I didn't know where it was coming from. I felt that pain before, but it just kind of came and then it went away. So I had Tony look at it and was like, you know, what is that coming from? Like, is there a bump there or what? He looked at it, there was nothing there, but there was a small, like, slight opening. Had him clean it with some hydrogen peroxide and apply some Neosporin, thinking, you know, that would do the trick, it would go away, whatever. This was on a Thursday. So Friday comes, Saturday comes, Sunday comes, and I'm still in excruciating pain. This was actually the weekend of Mother's Day. Still in like intense, excruciating pain. So I think we get to Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna have to call a doctor. I tried some like over-the-counter ointment to see if that would help, but it didn't do any good. So I called my doctor. She doesn't treat things like that just because she's an OBGYN and I don't have a primary care doctor here in Nashville. So she referred me to a general surgeon. I was like, awesome, I know exactly how this story is gonna end. So he, what is called lanced it, and basically they make just a small incision to drain whatever it is. So in this case, it's what's called a cyst. There is some kind of P word. I'll put it over here somewhere, but it was a cyst basically, and apparently it will always be there. It will never go away. Mine was just infected basically, and he was just draining the infection. So that was fun. I couldn't sit on my butt for a week, which when people hear that, it's like, oh, you get to work from home, and I'm like, yeah, that's all well and good, but when you're over 6 months pregnant, it's not really a good time to be laying on your stomach. So that meant that I was laying on my side the whole time, and there's only so long that you can lay on your side for, to the point where it begins to get uncomfortable. So that happened. Then on, today's Monday, on Saturday around 5 o'clock, I started feeling just this at first it was just very uncomfortable. It wasn't even pain. It was just very strong discomfort in the bottom of my stomach. And I was just thinking, you know, it's the baby, you know, I'm getting further along in my pregnancy, whatever. So then it starts getting more and more intense. And so at that point I was like, I, you know, hope that there's nothing, you know, going on, just hoping that it's not the worst or anything like that. So I call the on-call midwife for my OB, and she suggested, because at first I tried to go on a walk. I thought, you know, maybe just activity would help. It only made it worse. And so she suggested that I take a warm bath and take 2 Tylenol. So I did exactly that. It did help, and I was able to get in a semi-comfortable position in bed, put some like soothing music on. I think it was like spa music or something like that. Put some soothing music on, and I don't know why, but solitaire just tends to calm me. So that's what I was doing. I was just laying down playing solitaire, and after a while it was still hurting, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. So I got up to make food because I hadn't really eaten all day. So I got up to make food, ate my food, and at that point it just started making a turn for the worse. And so I wasn't able to get back in that comfortable position that I was before, and it just, yeah, it was just extremely uncomfortable. I put the music back on. I was trying to play solitaire. I was just trying to relax and calm down and kind of meditate through the pain. Nothing was helping. And then out of nowhere, in a span of like 5 minutes, it was just like shit just hit the fan. I started sweating. I started getting chills. I felt like I was gonna vomit. It just got really bad. And so I called my husband, I called Tony, and I said, call Nikki, which is a good friend of mine that lives here in Nashville, to see if she could come take me to the hospital. If you know me, you know that I don't even do the ambulance. I just don't. No, it's ridiculously expensive. I just don't do the ambulance unless I'm literally dying, which I was in a lot of pain. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, my pain was at a 10. But I still didn't feel like I was dying. So I'm like, no, don't call an ambulance. Have someone come get me and take me to the hospital. And so he called Nikki. She didn't answer. And so luckily, in the hallway of our building, I met this girl. And, you know, we've seen each other a couple of times in the hallway. She has a dog. So I'm, you know, when I'm walking Bo and she's out walking her dog, like, you know, we'll occasionally have conversation, things like that. And I was like, call Bree. And I don't know why, I just knew that she would be there if we called on her, if we needed her. And sure enough, he called, she answered, said that she would be right down. She came over, and, you know, got my symptoms and things like that. And she said, you know, I 150% think that you should go to the hospital. And so she went and got her things together. I was just like walking around like the hunchback, trying to get myself together. And so by the time she got back, I was all ready to go, had put Bo in his crate. Yeah, and so we went to the hospital. That, I think, was probably, I don't even remember what time it was. It started at 5. I called the midwife at 6. This was probably around like 8 o'clock, I want to say. And it just, like I said, it just took a turn for the worse. I didn't get home from, I remember texting my mom and Tony when we got home from the hospital, and it was 3 in the morning. And it was just, the pain was so terrible. And come to find out, because when I called the midwife, she was like, oh, it's just round ligament pain. And of course, I've never experienced it before. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. So yeah, I'm just thinking, oh, it's round ligament pain. But as soon as I got the urge to vomit and I was just really nauseous, I was like, this is a kidney stone. If you've never experienced a kidney stone, it's probably the worst pain. It's not probably, it's the worst pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. No doubt about it. And it's just, it hurts so bad as it is. And it's a constant pain. Like, no matter what position you lay in, you know, on your side, on your stomach, on your back, whatever, it doesn't matter. The pain is still there, and there's nothing that can make it better. And so I knew that that's what it was. I went in. As soon as we got there, I threw up. It was awful. They did a urinalysis. They did a, what else did they do? A urinalysis, an ultrasound of the baby just to make sure that the baby was okay. She's perfectly fine. And they did an ultrasound of my kidney to check for kidney stones, because I told them, you know, I felt like it may be a kidney stone because I've had them before. This is my 3rd kidney stone since 2009. And it was just, it was so painful. And, you know, they put monitors on my stomach to make sure that the baby was monitored the entire time. And the whole time her heartbeat was just perfect. She was, you know, super active, kicking, moving, you know, the whole time she's just in my stomach like, what's up? Like, what's all the commotion for? It was, I don't know, it was crazy, okay? It was crazy. And it was just so painful. That pain is just so intense. I cannot even describe it. And at one point, it kind of made me think like, okay, am I cut out for this natural birth stuff? But at the same time, I really don't think you can compare it. Even though I've never experienced, you know, having a child. The good thing about childbirth is that contractions come and go. You know, you get a break. Even if they're, you know, back to back, you still get a break. With a kidney stone, it's constant. Like, once it starts passing, there is no relief in pain until it's gone, period. So yeah, once they finally figured out exactly what it was, they were able to give me some pain medicine that was safe for the baby. Yes, I did ask. And I was on the child care, childbirth, child labor floor or whatever, so that did make me feel a little better. But yeah, at the time when I left, essentially there was nothing else that they could do for me. I just kind of, with kidney stones, there's not really a whole lot you can do. Even if you do go to the hospital, you just kind of have to wait for it to run its course and do its thing, and once it passes, it passes. So yeah, they were able to give me some medicine. More than anything, to me, the medicine takes the edge off of the pain and it helps me sleep. That was what I needed. Like, just knock me out and then, you know, let it do its thing. As long as I'm sleeping, it doesn't, you know, I can take whatever while I'm asleep. Oh, and I'm not talking about the products just so I can get through this video, but all the products will be listed down below that I'm using. So yeah, like I said, I got home probably about 3 a.m. and that would have been Sunday morning. And all I did yesterday was just rest. I was in and out of sleep all day yesterday. I remember talking to my brother. I talked to my brother on the phone for about 15 minutes and it took every ounce of energy out of me. Like as soon as we were done with that conversation, I passed out. So yeah, I was just in and out of sleep all day yesterday, just resting. And with kidney stones, there's not really that much of an aftermath with them. They just drain a lot of your energy and sometimes it can leave you really sore. So that was how I was yesterday. I was just really tired and really sore, just kind of out of it. So yeah, that was my welcome to my 3rd trimester, which was not a lot of fun. But yeah, my mom was super worried. She was just like spazzing out of control just because she's so far away. And you know, she was fussing at me saying, why won't you, you know, let Nikki come over there, let someone come over there and help you? And at this point in time, I'm not annoyed. I'm just in a lot of pain, you know. I'm just in a lot of pain. I just want to be by myself. I just want to try to get through this pain as best as I can. And I'm the type of person, if I'm in pain, I don't really want to be around anybody, you know. I just want to get through the pain, period. And I just felt like, okay, even if someone was here, what are they going to do besides annoy me? You know, even if it's a good friend or whoever, I don't want to be around anybody, you know. And I don't want to take their head off, because essentially that's what I would be doing, because I'm just in so much pain and I just don't want to be bothered. But yeah, it was a long day. It was a long day, to say the very least. Yeah, so outside of that, it's been great. I haven't really experienced any other major changes. She has still been super active. Tony and I, not just Tony, we really want to get her into playing tennis. And so every time I tell him that she's super active, he's like, yeah, she's in there playing tennis, you know, whatever. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you guys. Outside of the kidney stone and the cyst, it's still been, you know, super quiet, super relaxed. Sorry guys, I can't talk and do my brows at the same time. Tony and I took some like little bump shots the other day. They turned out really good. I'll include a couple of the pictures in here. They turned out really good. I think I'm gonna start having us do those every Sunday, because that's my like progression day, I guess you could say. Just so we can maybe like put some together in a collage for the nursery or something. Even if we don't put it together for a collage, it'll still be cool for like a scrapbook. So we shall see. Now at this point I'm just rambling until I finish my makeup, but it's cool though.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all can hear him, but Bo's definitely back there taking the cat nap of his life. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks. We got her car seat. We are in the process of getting her travel system, and I've been getting a couple things here and there, and a lot of the stuff that we have here in our place is going to go in storage here shortly, just because, like I said, not too long after she gets here, we're going to be moving. So what I've been doing is I got this like huge Tupperware container, like the big plastic ones, and I've just been little by little putting stuff in that Tupperware, and then I taped like a little envelope to the outside so that I can put all of my receipts in there should I need to return something, and just a list of everything that I purchased, just so I can know what I have and what I don't have. So that has been working out pretty well. I do want to try out this Stunna lip paint finally. I don't know what took me so long to get it. I guess because I feel like I have so many reds as it is. But after trying it, it's so unique to any other red lip that I have. Just the color, the color, what do you call it? The applicator. I'm a huge fan of it. The only thing that I don't like about it is how transferable it is. It's definitely not, what's the word? It's definitely not transfer proof. But the last time I used it, I did not use my lipstick primer. So we'll see if this makes a difference. This is the Too Faced Lip Insurance. And I don't know why I didn't use it the first time, because typically I use that with any lip product that I use that has color in it, but for whatever reason I didn't use that last time. I'm not quite sure why, to be honest. Where's the pencil that I wanted to use? Chestnut, Max Chestnut. I should have exfoliated my lips first. Oh, and how Rihanna has that like super defined Cupid's bow. I love that the applicator, like you can create that same Cupid's bow with the applicator in that. I love that. And I don't know if like they had that in mind when they were creating it, but I love that about that product. And I love how it feels on the lips, like it's super smooth. It's not like overly drying. Yeah, I think I'm done. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Oh, let me show you guys my bump. I feel like she's definitely gotten bigger since the last time y'all saw her. Yeah, baby girl is in there. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, if you have any questions, be sure to leave those down below. If you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for my next videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. After I finished the video, I realized that I in no way, shape, or form gave the thanks that I wanted to give in regard to the just love and help and support that I received in light of my kidney stone and having to go to the hospital and things like that. So to Bree, my neighbor that just really came through in the clutch, I really don't know what I would have done without her. And that's part of why it's so hard living in a city where you don't really know anyone when it comes to emergency situations like that. So a huge thanks to her, Bree. I literally don't know what I would have done had you not been here and had you not answered when Tony called. And then also a huge thanks to my husband. He was actually out of town when it happened, and he got on the first flight that he could back to Nashville to come take care of me. So I love you. Thank you for coming back to my rescue. So yeah, now this is the for real final end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.